Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's get started. So today we're going to be talking... Whoops, sorry about... Whoops, sorry. Oh, geez. Guess I've got gas. Oh, God. Oh, man, this is why people don't let me write skits. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about G.A.S. If you don't know what G.A.S is, it is gear acquisition syndrome. It's a very real thing that affects almost any musician out there. Certainly I've been affected by it many times. And it's basically the idea that you always need one more piece of gear. There's always something that you want to add to your arsenal. And most of the time it's not a very healthy thing, because you'll get a piece of gear and before you can even learn it, you're already on to the next thing that you want to add to your setup. Now, I've already made a video talking about G.A.S and how to battle it, and if you haven't seen that, click the link down in the description, check that out. But this video is going to be a little bit different because we're embracing the G.A.S almost. That's a weird thing to say. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 inexpensive alternative purchases for when you're feeling G.A.S. Let's get started. So I've actually broken this down into 5 different categories. The first category is simply things you need. Now, we're all musicians, and a lot of us also create content for YouTube or Instagram. Because of that, I know that you all have these tiny little things that you need to get, but they just don't seem as important as, you know, a new shiny synthesizer or drum machine or acoustic instrument or anything else, really. Let me give you an example. For me, this was a longer USB mini Type B cable. You see, that's what my Zoom H5, which is just off screen here, that's my audio recorder, that's what it takes to run off of USB power. So when I would go behind me to film at my drum set, I would just run off the AA battery power because I didn't have a USB mini B cable that was long enough to reach from the ground to the little shelf that I set the H5 on when I recorded the drum set. So I was going through tons and tons and tons of batteries. So I went over to Amazon and I spent $8 on a 6-foot USB Type B mini cable. I've said that differently each time, I think. And I'm so glad that I did, because I've saved a fortune on batteries, and when I want to go film over there, it's as easy as just plugging it in, just like that. And I know everybody has things like this, so I'd recommend making a little list of things that you actually need. And then the next time you feel gas coming on, go ahead. The next time you feel gas coming on, go ahead and pick up some of those things on that list, especially if they're inexpensive. Trust me, you'll thank yourself in the long run. Next up at number 2, things that will improve your workflow. So whether you're just a musician or a content creator, there are all kinds of things that you can get that will improve your workflow. Maybe it's a bigger SD card for moving samples around. Maybe it's a slightly larger desk or stand. Those can be found pretty cheaply, or in my case, can be made pretty cheaply. I made this standing desk for about 40 bucks. However, for me, this one was a desktop mounted USB hub. You see, my music computer and editing computer is not hooked up to the internet. So anytime I finish editing a video, I put it on a thumb drive and take that video out to the other room to the internet connected computer, and I upload it from there. Before I got this hub, I would have to reach under my desk with my flash drive and try to fiddle around down there for 30 to 45 seconds because it's super cluttered, because it's in my tiny bedroom in a 1-bedroom apartment that I share with my girlfriend, so there's not a lot of room. I would fiddle around down there for a while. So I finally got this USB desktop mounted hub, and it's been awesome. I can just put the thumb drive right in there as soon as I'm done editing the video when it's time to transfer. And I didn't realize it until I picked up that hub, but I absolutely hated and loathed the 30 to 45 seconds every time I made a video that I would spend down there trying to get a thumb drive plugged into the computer. And this was just a huge roadblock solved for me that I didn't even know was there. That's why I was able to start uploading daily, I think, because it just put my mindset in such a better place. So again, make a list of your workflow and see if there's anything that can be improved, and if there's any, relatively inexpensive gear out there that can help with that. Not even gear, but just a little gadget, like my USB hub. Number 3 is to replace broken things. This is one that I'm really bad at. I have had a ton of broken little cables and adapters throughout the years, and I've just put off replacing them for the longest time, and I even get big gear before replacing the cables that I used to hook up that gear to the rest of my setup. So the example I'll use for this one is right when I started the channel, I had a couple 1/8" cables that were just completely beat up, and that's what I used for audio for like the first month of the channel. And it wasn't until I finally got so sick of it that I bought myself, you know, like a 4-pack of 1/8" cables for like $10 that I realized, you know, how silly it was that I hadn't done it sooner. I still use those cables today. They sound great, but as soon as they break, I will get some more. So take a look at anything you've got that's broken and think about replacing it, especially if it's inexpensive. I guarantee you there's at least one of you out there that has broken cables that could easily pick up some new ones and you just haven't yet. That's another instance where, trust me, you will thank yourself. Number 4, this one's for all the content creators out there, so Instagram, YouTube. You can easily get some props for your videos, for your content, things that can, you know, give it a little personality. I personally don't do this because I try to keep my videos, you know, by the books. But if you're more of an Instagram person, you know, go to the dollar store, go to, I don't know, you know, a thrift store, pick up some fun stuff, you know, that you can just add into your video to give it some life. It's not that hard. See, look at that. Perfect assortment of things. Bam. So finally at number 5, look at improving your overall quality, either of your content or your music, and see if there's anything that you can pick up that will help do that. If you're a video creator, maybe it's some lights. I picked these up for about $30 a pop. Or a more extreme example, back again when I first started the channel, I was using some really terrible earbuds as my monitors for all of my audio on the channel. And it hadn't really crossed my mind that I really was not able to judge my own content because I couldn't properly hear it. So I went out and I spent $99, just under the 100 mark that I was trying to shoot for all my suggestions and personal stories, on a pair of Shure SE215 in-ear monitors. And for the first time ever, I was able to hear my content and hear how bad my quality was. That's actually what led me to pick up the new 1/8" cables, is because all of a sudden I realized, wow, I need to step up the quality here big time. So even with those 2 items combined, that was a $110 purchase that completely transformed the channel, the quality of my audio, and really got me excited about producing content. And that's really what this boils down to. New gear gets us excited to produce music, right? And create music and play. Well, it doesn't just have to be a, you know, $1,000 synthesizer or a $500 drum machine or even a $100 pocket operator. No, it can be as exciting as a $5 cable that gets you excited to make music again. As long as you hit one of those pain points that you've had in the past that you've just been, let's face it, too lazy to fix and do something about, it's bound to pay off far more than you realize right now. So remember, gas isn't always a bad thing as long as we can channel it into something productive and good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. If not, you can click the dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try it that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.